What's up, marker heads? It is Karen again, and today I'm doing a video of this drawing that I call the Copic trio. It's a drawing that I did for Knowledgeably Insane, a DeviantArt user who I believe also goes by that name on YouTube, although I'm not sure exactly whether they do or not, but I think that they do. Anyway, I did this drawing for them of Pikachu, Ninetales, and Jolteon, as you can see, and they're in a park that's Pokemon themed, which is kind of why I like to call them the Copic trio. I don't know. It's just a name that I just kind of stuck with the drawing whenever I was working on it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna work on the Copic drawing. But anyway, so my thoughts on this drawing are kind of mixed, like my feelings about whether I like this drawing or not. Sometimes I feel like I really like this one, and sometimes I feel like I really could have done a better job, especially in the background. Because normally I really like my backgrounds, and this one I feel like I was having an off day, I guess, when I was coloring it, or maybe an off week. I don't know. It just didn't turn out the way that I had hoped, and I feel like I should have sketched the background a little more. I just put so much time and effort into the foreground that I feel like the background was a bit of an afterthought. And usually I decide on my scenery and sketch it all before I even really detail in the people or the characters. These are definitely not people, but whatever. You know what I mean. So I think that kind of trying to stray away from my usual method cost me in the end, kind of bit me in the butt, I guess, because I think that maybe I was in too much of a hurry when I did the background for this picture, which is really regrettable because I think that it could have been a really cool scene. But I do really like the way that the characters turned out. I think that they all look really cool, especially the Pikachu. He's just so cute and angry. Yeah. And I didn't really get much instruction from the commissioner, I guess, which is the kind of commission that I absolutely love, is when I get a lot of freedom in the drawings that I'm doing. And so they didn't really specify what the characters should be doing. She just asked for them to, or I assume she, but they asked for me to be drawing these 3 Pokemon playing in a Pokemon-themed park, or maybe she just said in a park, but I can't remember if Pokemon theme was just something that I pulled out of a hat or whatever, but so I decided that instead of having them all on different play equipment, that I would just draw them all on a swing set, and then you could see the rest of the park in the background, which I do really like that idea, because I really like the way that the swing set turned out. For instance, Ninetales is on a rare candy swing, so it's like supposed to be the wrapper of a rare candy, and then Pikachu is stuck in an unknown themed like those acrobat rings or whatever that you see on some playsets, and then Jolteon is in a Pokeball tire swing type of swing, like a ring swing, I don't know. But so I really do like the way that I did the swing set itself, but I feel like the equipment in the background looks a little bit like it was just chucked in there, and I feel like I should maybe revisit this drawing in the future. Even though it was a commission, I feel like I could do a better job of this picture. Also, one of the things I really struggled with in this picture was the grass. You'll see me redo it so many times that it's like, geez, just pick a method and stick with it, won't ya? When I watch it, it's like, wow, I really redid the grass a lot, but I felt like at first it was too bright, and then I felt like, wow, why am I putting so much texture into the grass? Nobody's really going to pay attention to the grass. They're all going to be looking at the characters, so it's like, why am I doing this to myself? But I think it looks nice in the end. Like, I really like the way that the dirt around like the skid patches under the swing. I think that looks really nice. But I feel like I could have done a better job on the grass. I'm just trying to think of other things that I could touch on in this drawing. I tried doing the sky a little bit differently than I normally do, and I feel like I should have not tried that. Because, I mean, it was the first thing in this picture that I colored, so I really should have talked about that in the beginning of the video, but when I first colored it, you probably kind of noticed that I colored it in the dark areas in first with like weird little swooshy patches, and it just, I thought maybe it would blend well, but it just didn't blend very well, and I was like, well, it's just to add texture, and it didn't work out very good, so that was a learning experience, I guess. And what else do I have to talk about? Well, I planned from the beginning to put a Lickitung themed slide in the drawing, although I know it looks like it was kind of just thrown in there, but that was in the original thumbnail. It was just placed in a bit better of a location, and I feel like I should have kept it where it was, because it was a little bit further back in my original drawing, and I think that it should have been pushed back in this one as well. And I just thought that it would be kind of funny, because I thought, well, if it's going to be a Pokemon themed park, I might as well go all out, and I was like, well, what looks like a slide? And at first I was thinking of doing like a Dragonair like slide that looked like a Dragonair's back, and then I thought, but Dragonairs aren't funny, they're pretty, and I kind of want it to be funny, and so then Lickitung just seemed like the natural choice, I guess. And then the spring pony is obviously Ponyta, because besides Blitzel, you know, who else would you go for? And I think that because the Pokemon that were in the picture already were all first-gen Pokemon, I decided not to go with Blitzel, because I feel like the commissioner preferred first-generation Pokemon. But anyway, I don't really have a whole lot else to talk about in regards to this picture, so I think I'll just let you guys enjoy the rest of me coloring it. I hope that you tune in for the next drawing, and I will talk to you guys next time.